Hello everyone, welcome to another video and welcome to my new island. This is Starlit City. Well, it's not exactly a city yet, but we're gonna get there. As I said in my previous videos, the theme for this island will be Pastel City Core. I'm really excited to work within my comfort zone again. I think it's gonna be good. Here is my map and the villagers that I have. My two starters were Hazel and Jitters. Not the best. I contemplated resetting my island, but I figured I really like the map and the placement of everything, so I decided to stick with it. I can always scan in a campsite villager if I really want to get rid of them. So for the first build of the island, I wanted to do a build inspired by this picture. I figured that I could make this into a forced perspective kind of build. I really like all the layers in this photo, if that makes any sense. I like the buildings in the back, and then the trees, and then the river, and then the train tracks down below, and you're looking down from it from up above. So yeah, that's what we're gonna try today. Forced perspective is not my strong suit. I'm not the best at it, but I'm going to try my best. This little area at the back of my island here is where the build is gonna go. As you can see, I'm really excited to start this, and I already cut out some cliffs here, so I'm gonna tear down some more cliffs until I feel I have enough space to work with. Alright, that is good enough for now. Now I'm gonna start working on the forced perspective part. So the forced perspective part, I can't say that, forced perspective. This part is gonna be slightly based off of the picture that I showed you, but it's gonna be more like a cityscape. I did make a couple of designs based off of this picture, and these are them, and I'll have a link to my creator code in the description if you would like to use them. I wanted to add a bit of depth to this cityscape, so I decided to put the moon item in the back, and I think it looks really cool. You'll see how it all comes together in the end, but yeah, it's a big brain idea. So this area was a whole lot of trial and error. Again, forced perspective is not my strong suit at all. I don't understand what it is that makes it look so good when other people do it, but I wanted to try anyway. Now I'm just covering this entire area with a road design. By the way, it was so hard to choose road designs for my island. I tried to make my own, but it is so much work. I don't know how people do it. But I ended up going with this road design by Colin Crossing on Instagram. It is the light version of his simple road design, and I love it so much. I will leave a link to his Instagram down below in the description, and I will also include it in my Google Docs design code list. So now I'm trying to arrange the buildings in a way that looks nice, hopefully. Before embarking on this build, I went on Google and searched up what other people have done for forced perspective city builds, and a lot of people use servers. They look like buildings, they look like high-rise buildings, especially with all of the lights going off. They look like little windows. It looks really cool. So with this helicopter, I really wanted to add it. I had this vision of the helicopter floating above some buildings, but that didn't work out because one, you have to interact with the helicopter for it to fly, and it doesn't stay flying, which really sucks. It kind of ruined that idea. And two, I can't just have it sitting on top of one of the buildings because both the simple panel and the server covers it slightly, and you can't really see it even from above. I did end up moving this building over later on, but I don't know, you still can't see the helicopter in the end, so I don't know if I really recommend that unless you have a way to put it on top of something. Now I'm adding in some tiny houses and tiny cars. I've found that a good item for forced perspective builds is the cherry blossom bonsai, especially if you have your island set during cherry blossom season where planting saplings might not work out the best. It won't match your trees, of course. Yeah, the cherry blossom bonsai. It looks like a little cherry blossom tree from far away. Very cute. Now I'm making a land bridge going to this second little area. I didn't really like how it looked, so I did scrap it. I definitely recommend this idea though. I think it would have looked good if I tried harder. Here is is how it's looking so far. I asked my boyfriend for his opinion on like what I could change up to make it look better, and he said that I should add more depth to it, which I agree. So I'm gonna be moving everything around and adding in a second level, and the moon will go on the third level. I laid down the road path on the second level and I used the wrong one. It's probably not that noticeable, but I wanted to fix it anyway. Alright, so most of the cityscape is finished. Now I'm just adding in some final details on this part. I wanted to add in some fencing along the front here, and I figured out the perfect item. Not the perfect item, but it works, is the bamboo stop block. Using a second level in this build definitely helped a ton. It looks so much better than it did before. Now I'm gonna do a bit more terraforming. I'm gonna make the river, and I'm gonna make some space for the train tracks below and a place for the upper road that's gonna be there. Here's another update on how it's looking so far. I love how the star fragments look. My dream address is going to be set at around this time, maybe a bit earlier, I'm not sure. So the more items that emit light, the better. Alright, I skipped forward to the next day so we can see things a little bit better. Now I'm going to be working on the train tracks. I did make a little railway design to put underneath the trains. It'll be under my creator code if you would like to use it as well. For the trains, I'm going to be using two variations of the throwback container. I think that's what it's called. In between the railway and the second level, I'm going to be adding some bushes and some trees. The trees I'm going to keep at the second stage of growth, and the way to do this is, when you've got your tree to the desired growth stage, you plant a piece of fruit right beside it. In this video, I made the mistake of planting just a sapling because I didn't know. This like tree growth trick never worked for me and I didn't really understand why, but you need to plant a piece of fruit beside it. It can't be just a regular sapling. Now we finally get to start on the last part, which is the road. I'm really excited because I get to see how the road codes all come together. The rest of this part is pretty straightforward. I'm just decorating and putting some railings up and some benches and other little things, so I will see you when that's all done. Oh, here is where I messed up with the trees. You can see I go back and like kind of fix it. I go back and plant fruit instead of the sapling beside the trees. You know what I mean. Then I time traveled so that the trees and the bushes would be fully grown, and with that, the build is done. This build took a really long time to do. There was a lot of trial and error. It honestly turned out much better than I was expecting, especially with the forced perspective part. I think I did pretty well. I actually did a little bit more work on the road part off camera, so I'll show you that now. I didn't actually change up too much. I just added a bus stop and I added a river in front of the road. Oh, and right here I'm gonna make a land bridge. Okay, that'll do it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!